John,
Maybe it
he
could be on
can't. He
his
can
end.
hear me now.
I'm going to try switching over to my other headphones.
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
It's not your fault that you don't understand him. It's his.
Yeah, I think I have like shitty equipment. I don't know how I sound with this equipment that I have.
It's just
And we're
like
live.
you start coming in with sound and then you stop, then you start. It's bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, we're
Mm.
live. Maybe it's not the time
Yeah.
to do that.
Because honestly, it's like if my audio is terrible, my options are to like switch over to my phone to do Zoom that way, or just like switch headphones. That's the only other ways that I have. Or do both.
Well, the important
Honestly,
thing
I
is whether
can
or not
hear
the
you.
fans can understand you.
I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Personally,
Now Julie's going in
I
and out.
hear
Definitely my
some. I hear
headset.
some parasites on the line, but it's not.
Yeah, John Brockman's going to switch headsets because like he's hearing the same problems with you, the toe.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, okay.
And
Oop. There. Now I have a different set of headphones on. They're less comfortable, but I already can hear you guys better. Well, everyone is a girl. To start with, I can hear you much better. For some reason, my new headphones don't work well with pairing with my computer. I don't know what's what. Stostrupfaz. Stostrupfaz. And Mithril's already in the chat, and so is Nergrega. Oh. Ugh. All right. Let's see. I will try turning up his volume, maybe? I cannot turn up his volume. You're both... Oh, I need to change... I see. Okay, I probably need to change... Yep. Alright, so the problem's over in OBS. There, now... I wish things were simple, but they're not. Now they should be able to hear you.
testing. John Brockman is nice. John Brockman's not an ass.
I am wonderful.
But he sucks balls.
Hey, Phoenix. I'll put even though I'm on my phone, I will put the links for people to give Phoenix money.
I don't see Phoenix in the chat, but I'll assume that she's there and you can see her.
Them.
Sorry. Oh, wow, look at that. I suddenly got the update. You guys were getting the update before I was.
Mm-hmm. It's funny like that. And Tom McDonald has joined us. Now, Tom, don't worry. You're not the only one who's having technical problems. So...
Okay, chat, can you fucking hear us now?
They should be able to. OBS can hear you, so they should be able to.
Well, Marty was laughing about something, so I'm sure that like Marty hear us.
Okay. So anyway, things are going perfectly normal for us here at Social Justice Alchemy, as in everything is fucked up and running sideways. Hi, everybody.
That's your fault.
No, I blame Mitch
Shut
McConnell.
up. It's your fault.
It's Mitch McConnell.
Blame me. My
There you go.
Hey,
It's Tom.
Tom.
It's my fault.
There you go. It's Tom.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we
Yes.
can hear you just
Yes.
fine.
All right. I got the audio right close to the first time. Good.
You rock and John sucks.
Well, yeah, of course.
Tom's boomerness reached through the internet to fuck up things in the past. That's
Now, even
Okay,
though
millennial.
and that's the thing. A boomer is a mindset because over on my Facebook, because I was just like venting and complaining about like overdraft fees essentially, someone said, "Yeah, it sucks, but like deal with it. That's life." And I kind of reacted as I would. And it's someone else, another friend said to that person who said, "That's life. Just suck it up and deal with it." She said, "Okay, boomer." But I know that person, it was an ex-girlfriend of my friend. She's the same age as me. So that proves that boomer's a mindset. Well, it's here with our awesome friend Tom McDonald. We would never say, "Okay, boomer" to Tom because Tom is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
I spend
Well,
my
I
time
would, but
using
mostly
that
as a
okay
joke.
boomer line on people who are probably younger than me. So
Mhm.
Some
it's
of my
awesome.
students are boomers. Just
I
Mhm.
love it. It's my new favorite insult.
Yeah. So some of my favorite memes that I've seen. I love from Return of the Jedi, Emperor Palpatine. Your faith, your friends is your weakness. And Luke goes, "Okay, boomer."
Oh, Phoenix, I'm so sorry. You have to give up your guinea pigs.
oh
Yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully, we can find a good hope for them.
well, I'm having a fucked up weekend. So
Mhm.
there's that.
But on the plus side, Merlin had food, and now he's sleeping.
He has eaten once since yesterday morning. So I'm not, it's not a total victory.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
It means that it doesn't have to be hospitalized on Monday, but
Mm.
I'm not going to cry victory too soon.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Poor thing is super old and his liver is, it's used up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Barty thought it was the greatest generation.
Greatest Generation fought World War II. Silent Generation was born during World War II.
Mm.
And the Depression.
Yeah.
Because greatest silent boomers.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then Gen X. That's me.
And then Gen X. And then the Millennials.
and
That's
then
you.
the Zoomers.
I'm,
And then it,
I'm on the
and-
cusp of millennial.
Yeah.
and
Are you from 1980?
81. So
81,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm on the cusp to be honest, but I don't know. Culturally, I feel closer to Gen X than millennials. And politically, I feel closer to millennials than Gen X. So
Mhm.
apparently, they call us Xennials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, given that we're talking about the artificial construct of naturally distinct generations anyway, I mean, this is even worse than gender.
Yes.
When it comes to being a social construct.
It's more accurate, though.
I can definitely see that. Yeah.
I mean, there are definitely trends. If you're born in a certain period of history, you'll have common stuff. But
No, but also there's like Gen X has been shaped by AIDS and the fear of it, and that's something
no, by
millennials.
Nirvana. We were shaped by
don't-
Nirvana.
Yeah,
And
too.
grunge.
Nirvana too. But I mean, millennials. That's something when they were in age to have sex. That fear was over. There was treatment now,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
and that's why I say I'm a ex-gener because I don't know, when I was a teenager and we started to do stuff, sexual stuff, there still
Mhm.
was that fear of AIDS.
Well, but another thing about for people who like grew up like say in the '90s in schools in like America, definitely from my experience, definitely from like middle school and like high school, like in sexual education, there was like a lot of like education on like HIV and AIDS. I think by that time, by the '90s, it was pretty accurate. A lot of the fear mongering was like gone, but like we kind of like
It wasn't really fear mongering. It was
just that it was no longer the gay thing.
yeah, it was
yeah,
no longer
and
gay,
it
exactly.
no, but I mean fear mongering. I feel is creating fear for something you don't have to fear. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I'm saying corrected it. But it's kind of, I think, is the first.
Isn't it? Maybe I'm wrong, but
Hmm?
that's the subtext I get about that word.
Right. But
The new kids on the block. Yes, Marty.
no, I do remember the new kids on the block. I can't name a song or two, but it's just like, yeah, they were like big in 93, 94. And yeah.
Mark Wahlberg's brother was a member of the New Kids on the Block, Tony Wahlberg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Mark Wahlberg was a rapper, Marky Mark. Yeah.
Yes, he was Marky Mark, the underwear dude. Feel it.
That
feel
was
it.
bad, actually.
Yeah. It was actually kind of interesting because, like, since I'm in Portland, Oregon for the weekend for a week fest in ComeriCon, I did get the chance to like hang out with like JBJ and one of her girlfriends and another friend that we both happen to know from like Twitter, and the conversation of like grunge like it kind of came up, and it's interesting because what is post grunge? We're trying to think like, wait a minute, it's been like at least 20 years now. How come there's no like that musical wave that the renaissance of like the old era, kind of like the flashback to grunge? We haven't had that yet. And then it's kind of interesting.
No, you know why? Because grunge started 20 years ago. It didn't end 20 years ago. Grunge lasted a long time. I think in 10 years it's going to come back.
Part of the problem is that you get those waves because people who loved it when they were young are now old and have money.
Mm-hmm.
Millennials don't have that.
Yeah, that probably is a part of it. Yeah, we are so screwed. But it's kind of funny when you decide to Google post grunge and see if there's like actually people who have like categorized and defined which musical artists is like post grunge. It kind of seems like it's just right after grunge, after Kurt Cobain died. That's when it's like the post grunge happened, but they always like cite like bands that you could mistake or think of as grunge or grunge influence already.
That's crap like Nickelback and stuff like that.
Sounds like it's just alternative rock.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we call them, like determined that like they just find like pop rock or soft rock or radio friendly rock to be like the kind of quote post grunge sort of thing, and would feature like bands like Bush, which was always the like imitation of like Pearl Jam that another record label was able to get, or like Foo Fighters, which was started by Dave Grohl, the drummer from Nirvana.
Yeah. So I'm looking at Wikipedia's list of post-grunge bands, which I just shared in the chat. It looks like a bunch of indie bands and alt-rock bands
and Nickelback.
And a whole lot of shit I just don't recognize, but...
Yeah. And
Nickelback. I really don't like Nickelback, but I think they don't deserve the shit they get.
Yeah, I think part of the reason for the hatred against Nickelback is like, I agree, Phoenix, they're overrated. They're not bad, and there's probably a couple of songs I will sing along to anyway. And JJ also brought this up too. Is that if you listen to radio, if you listen to a lot of radio, even if it's like the rock station or the top 40 or alternative or something like that, you will hear Nickelback, especially in their heyday, when any one of their albums were like charting still for like months and months. You will hear a lot of Nickelback. So the overexposure to Nickelback is just like the overexposure to holiday songs, but except with the holiday songs, they'll at least end once you get to January. But with Nickelback, it goes on for 6 years.
There are stuff in that list that I really disagree with. There are legitimate grunge band in it, like Stillskin and Silverchair.
Oh, yeah,
I recognize maybe 1% of these bands. I've never been big into.
I was a
listening to
grunge kid, so
I mean, occasionally a name will pop out like Godsmack, Puddle of Mud, but
well, no, I was secondly a grunge kid. I was a Guns and Roses kid, but
oh, okay, yeah.
But I was really into Pearl Jam when I was a teen.
Yeah.
Is Pearl Jam is grunge?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's all because Pearl Jam is like started in Seattle, and they got big around the same time as Nirvana.
They are even more emblematically grunge than Nirvana.
Alice in Chains and Soundgarden would be like as the other two big bands that like people who associate with grunge as well.
Oh, Soundgarden, that makes me so sad.
Yeah, Chris Cornell definitely was a talent and has a great range of like singing as well.
He was in a band with Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine.
Yes, basically the rest of the members of like Rage Against the Machine that wasn't the lead singer that worked with Chris Cornell to release 3 albums for Audioslave.
Audioslave, that's the name.
Okay, I just googled Kurt Cobain. I was wondering when he died, so I could find out how old I was. 1994.
But, 4. I was going to say 7.
Yeah.
No, 1994.
But at the top of the Google page, it has a list of just grunge people. All of them, most of them are immediately, I think, not particularly controversial, but some just sort of stand out as outliers on this list. So you have Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell, Eddie Vedder, Dave Grohl, Courtney Love, Billy Corgan.
Who?
Billy Corgan.
Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, okay. I disagree with that, but
I agree. Yeah. It's more alternative rock and more 90s rock and stuff like that.
Now, try this one. Neil Young.
What the fuck?
Tupac Shakur.
What?
Respect to Tupac.
I mean, I could see Neil Young even if it's not the right period, at least it's
he had
rock.
sort of the grunge attitude.
No, the sound in this voice. I mean,
the graveliness, yeah.
I can see it but that's not how it works. It's music functions by time period, so that doesn't work. But
well, no,
Tupac?
Let's see. Here's a picture of him performing in 1996. He's wearing a flannel shirt, so he must have been grunge. So I mean,
I really like.
And then here's a picture of him in Oslo, Norway, wearing another flannel shirt in 2009. He was grunge. I mean, it's just you have no choice but to accept that. And Tupac Shakur.
Are we preventing you from talking, Tom?
No, I'm just boomering myself. Who the fuck is? I heard Neil Young and I perked up and I thought, and now I'm hearing him throwing this. About the flannel shirt business and calling him grudge. No, he's just Canadian. That's all. I think you're overthinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that on purpose. So.
I mean, that's the thing about like music genres. It's always like weird. I think I already mentioned this, but it's like it was Pandora I was listening to. Oh right, hard rock or like heavy rock or heavy metal or something like that. And then it's like Alice in Chains and heavy metal. Okay, they're hard rock, but they're not heavy metal. And then Third Eye Blind, Never Let You Go. What's wrong with this service? How is Third
But
Eye Blind
the
heavy metal?
thing is, I think people confuse genre and subgenre.
Yeah.
You know, grunge is a subgenre of alternative rock. So
Yes.
some people will tell you it's not grunge, it's alternative rock. But yeah,
It's not It's not L.A. It's California.
yeah, that's yeah. While I get that something specific isn't something broad, and vice versa, it's still, you know, I don't know how to express that. But and so I just read in the chat that Marty's son is born in the 90s, so Marty's son is a fucking millennial.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He remembers 9/11.
Well, I do too.
Yeah, now some people just like don't remember it, or some people like, well, they know it happened, but they didn't have it wasn't an impact on their lives.
When I went to the vet yesterday, I took the subway to go. I didn't.
You mean the metro?
Yeah. I'm talking so everyone can understand me. And there was some girls, teenagers next to me who were, oh my God, he's so cute, blah, blah, blah. And I told them he was probably older than them.
Some
And they
guy
were all,
also on the subway?
oh my God. What?
Who were they talking about?
My cat.
Oh, God.
That was with me in his kitty spaceship. And I have a friend who asks me selfies of the kitty spaceship. The thing is, when poor Merlin is in that thing, he's not a happy camper. I don't want to take pictures of him when he's sick.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put him in that bag when he's not sick. So chances are there will not be pictures of Merlin in the kitty spaceship. And yesterday he peed on me too.
Yep. Phoenix's guinea pits has like done that to her too. Peed on her, bite her.
But that was just like water. He was just afraid because it wasn't stinky pee.
Yep. So, Tom, how are you doing? You haven't participated in this conversation because this is all over your head about music, or the music we're talking about.
Looks like you got your hair cut.
I got all of them cut on the top and sides. Yes. A couple weeks ago.
You don't look like Terry Pratchett anymore. I'm not talking to you.
How does that make you feel, Tom?
Makes me feel sad.
No, it doesn't. You don't give a fuck.
Well,
as should you.
Like I said, I'm pretty tired, so I don't know. You know, I probably wouldn't have been much fun anyway. But yeah,
that's okay.
I didn't pay all that much attention to the technicalities of the genres of music when I was growing up, and you know, to hear this stuff, it's like, all right, well, okay. If you want to speak in that language that I don't understand.
Yeah, John and I are both musicians, so we're nerds.
Oh yes, I am a very talented and capable musician. I am an artiste.
Oh, we didn't play the music at the beginning of the show. Too late already.
Definitely too late.
Welcome to Social Justice Alchemy. It's Saturday, end of the work week, but remember, the work week's a fiction, and if you
We're
listen to
half
this
an
on Monday,
hour in. Shut up.
I don't know. It's just like, I guess, yeah, we're just an unprofessional podcast as it is. I mean, hell, I'm just like,
That's part why people listen to us.
Yes.
yes, we just talk about whatever we want to talk about, like nerd
I
stuff.
strive
like
to be the internet equivalent of drive time radio.
I have no idea
But
what
without
that
being,
means,
you know,
but-
for offensive white guys, instead we're for millennials.
for everyone else.
I don't
And-
know. Our audience is pretty diverse,
It is.
age-wise.
Yes.
Mhm.
Very friendly to like many people, except for like assholes and fascists, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that guy on Steve's Ask Away yesterday,
Lulovich or something like
yeah.
that.
who was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, fascists are bad, but
So we're
Antifa are
anti-fascists.
awful as well. What the fuck, dude? Shut up.
It's like, I'm a secular humanist, and I can't agree with like what the Antifa does. And it's like, and I was actually literally at a panel, women in anime, with all the female voice actors that like are guest of honors at CoronaCon. And so I wasn't listening in, but I was on my phone, just like, what did it say? What did it say? Hey, fascism is hey, if you are a true humanist, you would be Antifa because fascists want to kill people.
Phoenix, why would we watch that bitch videos?
Yeah, I barely watch. I don't watch any Lily Orchard videos. I mean, I still sometimes you see the recommendations have been.
I hardly
expanded, like-
watch the shit I like, so I'm not about watching people who are awful.
Mhm. So I don't know what that bitch of Lily Orchard said.
Hello, Ruth.
Hello, Ruth.
Hey, Ruth.
And yes, fuck fascists.
Fascists can pave the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or go play in traffic.
Yep. Not die in a cave somewhere of polio or something.
Indeed.
Oh, is that a new one? Okay, I have to write I'm making a list. I've been writing these
That's
down.
the one I use for ableists in general.
Mhm.
Go
Okay.
die of polio in a cave somewhere. But
Mhm.
fascists are inherently ableist, so
Yeah.
it works.
Yes, yes. No insulting dogs.
Mm.
Yeah, so I announced
I think we should
to
start
my,
using the names of prominent Republicans as insults.
I told my mutuals on Twitter that I was going to stop going on Twitter, and if they wanted to keep, how do we say that? I
Contact
forgot.
you?
Keep in
Yeah,
touch.
to keep in touch.
Keep in
Yes,
touch.
thank you. That they should feel free to message me to have my Facebook contacts, and
Mhm.
no one did. I'm sad. I blame Twitter. I'm pretty sure no one saw it.
Yeah,
Mm.
Twitter
There's
is
like 3 likes on that tweet, so
Mhm.
Yeah, Twitter's gotten weird. You know, I go in, it's like half a dozen notifications, and they're all, one of your friends liked this other person. Like, what the fuck?
That's up me, but then again, I get a lot of notifications for like this person like a tweet you're mentioned in, and it's like, okay, they replied to something I retweeted, or okay,
Yeah.
this person replied to like.
and I
conversations
see
happening.
all the fucking retweets
Yeah.
that I don't give a shit about
Mhm.
about animes and stuff like that. But I don't see. I'm not talking about you specifically,
Right.
Jonathan.
No,
I
she's
have a
talking
lot
about
of
you.
mutuals who likes that kind of stuff that I don't even know what it is. And anyways, I have it. I see it on Twitter, but I don't see stuff I'm interested in. Like, I don't know,
Mhm.
Rebecca Watson's tweets or stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I'm not into it anymore. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So I prefer the slow pace of Facebook, I guess.
Mm.
You can't really express yourself, I feel, on Twitter. You're limited with the characters, and I don't know, it's just not a good platform for communication.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
I
For me, it's just. Go ahead, Tom.
I have a Twitter account, and every once in a while I go on it just to kind of play with it. It is possible to be more casual on Twitter and have that go at a slower pace if you are willing to lose contact with almost everybody.
Yeah.
And just pick up certain little bits of conversation here and there, and then every once in a while I have something I want to tweet out. Mostly it's tweeting out something else, like a fundraiser or
Mm-hmm.
a petition or something like that, or
Mhm.
a news about something that I think is important people ought to know about.
Mhm.
It's for me not a big important personal sharing sort of thing. I kind of don't like the fact that I like Facebook better, because Facebook, um, I don't know all the politics, but it does sound like the Facebook.
Oh,
Who's the
it's
Facebook
awful.
guy?
It's
Is an
awful.
asshole.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
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 Mark
but
Zuckerberg.
the Twitter guy is an asshole too. So
Yeah,
yeah, but the
Jack Dorsey.
Twitter guy said he's not gonna allow political advertising on the
yeah, he says
on the
that,
site.
but
I don't believe him.
Trump is still on Twitter.
Mm.
Well,
Is that?
no, I
We're
mean
not going to allow
political
political, meaning no black people
advertising.
stuff.
Well, advertising, he said.
Yeah.
I think
Mm.
But
that's
when a white guy says
different than
political, he means stuff that makes white people uncomfortable. So he's going
entirely
to.
possible.
Yeah, he's pretty awful.
Yeah.
At
But,
least Zuckerberg is Jewish. Jack
yeah.
isn't even that.
Yeah. And Phoenix said in the chat earlier, I hate Twitter. They ban me, yet actual fascists and serial harassers get to stay put, and so unfair. And this is something that actually earlier Joanna messaged me on Facebook that Gail Simone posted on her Facebook that. And this is something that I have also known that other people like our Renfness have mentioned about comic gators, is that and this has happened to Gail Simone.
Communicators. Oh my god.
Yeah. As they would have their pronouns be they them or something like that. So whenever someone would reply to them because they're harassing people, of course they're assholes. And whenever someone replied to them, okay, dude, or bro, calm down, they will report that and get followers to mass report that and get someone to have their account suspended for 12 hours or a day or something like that. And that happened recently to Gail Simone. So that's why Joanna messaged me that Facebook post in early this week. Yeah, commentators.
You'll find it, Phoenix, with your poor impression of them.
Yeah.
My apologies, Phoenix. Please forgive me. I'll do a better impression.
Singing and impressions, things geeks should not do. Just
yeah, social media in general is pretty terrible, but I mean, it's the only way I have any social interaction with anyone. So that, and when I go take my coffee at the shop next to where I live, and I don't know, I'm pretty dependent on it, which I don't like, but I'm not going to start going into bars to meet people now.
Yeah.
Of course, on the other hand, you do meet us on the internet. You did meet us through various internet.
But that was through YouTube. Totally different.
Release. Well,
totally different, yeah. But, well, that was through YouTube.
Yeah, that's
but
not social media.
Without Facebook, we wouldn't have gotten friends.
True.
Yeah.
We didn't become friends on Steve's or Christie's hangouts.
Yeah, not
Really.
really. No.
Yeah.
We
So
need to find a way to bring back.
Salons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, basically, I was thinking message boards. You know, the PHP
Well,
and Squirrel. And...
Yeah, but if we, yeah, I guess, sort of online salon would be kind of nice where you actually have a certain amount of a little bit higher level discourse where you can actually where you go and
there's
you're expecting to not
Mastodon.
share memes.
Yeah.
What's that?
Mastodon is a social media that's
I mean, Reddit could probably work, even though it's kind of
that
full of assholes.
I don't know. There's no fash on it, and it's pretty horizontal. It's an anarchist thing. All anarchists love that shit. I'm really not willing to learn how to use it yet, so I'm not on it yet. But one of our admins on Anarchist Memes has created a domain for anarchists. So
Should check
PZ
that out.
That's
Myers
cool.
went on Mastodon, so
maybe Anarchist Memes is going to migrate there one day. I don't know.
I should be on Mastodon more. I just not used to it yet, but I think I can dig it.
Like, we have a lot of followers, but we don't really care about that. Well,
Yeah.
we care to the extent that it's propaganda. So the more people we reach, and the better. But oh god, I just saw the vagabonds thing.
And someone, yes, because like someone
Can you
mentioned
stop with that?
one
So-
angry gamer.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Who is one angry gamer?
He's a guy who
YouTube
complained
guy.
about. Yeah, he's one of those gamer gators, do bros types. He's conservative too, because he
Like it sounds like a ripoff of the angry video game nerd.
Yeah. But he's one of those guys who will complain about like a lack of institutional power or the institutional power going away from cishet white dudes because the Mortal Kombat characters are wearing more clothing now than before. It's the same. Yeah, he coined.
But for real, imagine that being your life problems.
Yes.
Video game characters having more clothing. I swear, there is really people. I wish I could trade problems with them. Please take my disability and my dying cat and my financial problems and give me your two dressed characters. I take it. I mean,
two dressed. Yeah. I must protect
how fucking
culture.
privileged can you be that you lose your shit over that?
Yeah.
I need
and
to
they call
cater
us
to my
snowflakes.
sexual desires. I need to be in control at all times. God.
If you can't have a boner on
It's all about me.
a dressed up character, you doesn't deserve the boner.
I'm like a white guy.
It's a fighting game.
Anyways, those people are sad and funny.
I want to bring it back to like social media because like that was the topic.
Just before you go there, the Mitchell is saying Lara Croft having smaller breasts was a threat to civilization.
Well, the new Lara Croft did destroy 3 civilizations.
Civilization? How do you pronounce that fucking word?
Civilization.
Oh, okay. So it's a consistent word. All the I's are pronounced the same. Nice.
Civilil. Yep. But she destroyed 3 civilizations, the new Lara Croft. She destroyed the shitty toxic masculine civilization on the island. Then she destroyed the Siberian paradise civilization, the Luddites. Then she destroyed that Native American civilization. So, checkmate, feminists.
And she did it with her breasts.
Yes.
Without her breasts, you mean?
Oh, without her breasts, yeah. Yeah. Have any of you, speaking of like social media and like old social media that was actually pretty good, this was brought up in the conversation last night with Jamie and her friends LiveJournal. Have any of you ever used LiveJournal?
No,
Nope.
but that sounds bad.
It's where
okay.
they used to do the gay fan fiction once upon a time. I know that.
Yeah, is that something like Tumblr?
Sort of.
That sounds like something like Tumblr.
Pretty much.
It was Amy. It was Amy that said that like LiveJournal was actually like pretty good, but now it's been bought out by like a company, and I think it's a Russian state-owned company. So there's LiveJournal there now. So
that LiveJournal, MySpace, there are places for people to post diaries, basically.
Yeah.
Diarrhea. I hate that word, diary. It sounds like diarrhea.
Okay, journals.
Yeah.
Please.
Journals, blogs, which is what they always have been as well.
Even if I pronounce it like it was a French word, it sounds like the word for diarrhea in French, so that doesn't work.
When I started on communicating with other people on the internet, it was mostly through Usenet. Anybody remember Usenet news groups?
I heard of news.
They still exist now.
Well, I know they still exist. I don't use them. And last time I checked the ones that I used to be in, there were a lot of messages, but they weren't talking about
mostly used
much of anything else.
to share movies and as an alternative to torrent. So.
Well, yeah, but when I was into it, I was into groups like archaeology and astronomy and things like that. Specific groups. And I don't know if you've ever gotten into discussions with creationists about creationists.
That's where Aaron Rock cut his teeth back in the day.
That exists.
Yes,
in
exactly.
Country.
He was in Talk Origins, the news group Talked Out Origins, and that was
your country
when I was
is so fucking weird. I swear.
Yes, it is.
Well,
creationist. The USA is the only country in the world where those fuckers exist.
No. They exist. They exist in a lot of places.
Every third world country has creationists.
Well, so does Britain. Britain has a lot of them. They're not any kind of majority, and they don't have a lot of power, but they do exist there. And I know quite a few. I know of quite a few British creationists in there.
I never ever heard of a British creationist.
You don't spend as much time on atheist YouTube as I do.
No, because as I already said, being atheist is so normal in my country that it's still to this day, I still feel weird that it's actually a community on the internet.
Well, when you have, is it weird that anarchists have communities? No, because
but we're not a lot.
Exactly. We're not.
Yeah, but atheists are a lot.
It's sort of like
we're not a majority, and we are.
Not in the US, maybe, but in the world we are.
No, that doesn't help us a lot when our state and local and federal government is
no, but
pushing
I
laws.
get you. I understand that, but from an outside perspective, it's still very weird. I'm not saying
we're inside.
I'm not saying it's not legitimate, Tom.
Yes, you are. I feel unheard. I feel attacked and unheard.
I'm just saying
and
it's
diminished
weird.
as a human being.
Shut up.
Okay, boomer.
So yeah, Tom, my friend Randy that I tagged you in.
The old guy.
Is amazing. That's why I tagged you in. I thought maybe you could become friends.
Oh, okay.
He's a Native American, 70 something anarchist guy. He's fucking awesome. And you're fucking awesome. So I don't know. It's nice to have friends at your own age sometimes. Who are cool. I mean,
well, maybe most of the people my age suck.
yeah, that's why I say that.
And you know, frankly, I'm sure most of the people my age would say that I suck too. So I think it's I think that's
but they're
fair
wrong
comment.
and you're right. So
well, I don't know.
I'm not your
Well,
age.
this is
I've talked to some people who are about my age in the community recently, where I live, this little village, and I suspect they think I don't know if they think I suck. I think they think I'm weird, and
you're eccentric.
well, I'm also an atheist, and when people find that out, it's like it's surprising. It's like, well, obviously you're a Christian. No.
No, you are an old white man, so.
Well, I was. I've only been an out atheist for about 8 or 10 years, so that's and I don't go around with a scarlet A on my chest.
Out atheist. No, I swear it's so weird.
Well, our country is very, very weird. Yeah.
But going back to the news group thing in the Talk Origins web Usenet news group. When you go to websites, and content creators in various formats who are dealing with creationists, a lot of times they will pull information from good information from scientific sources, and a lot of them use material that was put together on Talk Origins. And some of that I know where it came from. Like,
look at your name in Zoom, Tom.
Tom McDacius.
So I'm Scottish and French.
McDatheist.
McDacius.
D'Artagnan. I don't know. Anyway, point being that cycling way back to the idea I was talking about of things like salons online, a place where you can go and communicate and get someplace, sharing memes or sharing short little quips or bits of information, where you get to actually expand and work on ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Developing ideas, developing relationships.
Before Facebook.
Probably the same kind of thing. It's just that I had the experience on Usenet news groups, which are targeted to specific issues, like, as I say, archaeology or astronomy, things like that. Anyway. And I just to say I like that longer form, more informal back and forth, rather than things like Facebook, which is a little
useless.
more a little more what's going on today, and birthdays and things like that, and then Twitter, which is sort of like
hell
memes, and all you can do is memes and short little bursts, and
I really don't like Twitter. I don't know. I went on it like 6 months ago. I think I started it 6 months ago, and I'm already fucking out of there. No. I don't like it. I started really disliking it when I was banned for 2 days for calling a TERF an idiot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing about TERFs. That Casey Explosion has warned, and it essentially affected
Twitter is TERF paradise.
Yeah, TERFs.
Twitter is paradise for almost all sorts of assholes.
Yeah, because they will go back. They'll go back to years, find something that you have said, report that tweet, to their followers, mass support it, and then get you like suspended for like 12 hours. That's happened to like Patrick, and so at Night and Jen, and so yeah, turfs are just like major assholes. Fuck turfs.
Yeah.
Remember,
No, don't fuck them. Ew.
okay, but
Send them to
now
hell.
remember, some girls can have penises, some boys can have vaginas, and turfs do not have teeth.
Or they
And
shouldn't.
some transphobes have no teeth. That's the sign.
Mhm.
Yes. No, yeah, some transphobes. That's right.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they're awful. But
Mhm.
I mean, which is funny because Twitter brags a lot about, I don't know, chasing against racism and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
they're even worse than Facebook at banning asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Zarok on
Turfs
demand
get the
says
polio.
turfs get the polio. Yes.
yes.
That's not. I'm sure a lot of turfs do vaccinate, but that's what I was hoping. When Curiosity talked about the person that bullied her,
Oh yes.
she we talked in DMs, and I wished them happies, and that made Curiosity laugh. So I was very pleased.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I learned that that same person bullied Jamie too,
Oh.
I wish them polio.
Yep.
Now,
So-
is polio the one that you want them to get polio and die in a cave?
Yes.
Okay, I'm slowly putting together the lexicon of illnesses and consequences that
Yeah,
you're
I like using
putting
polio
together for the
because
assholes.
it doesn't exist anymore. Basically,
Mhm.
it's not really ableist to wish someone. You know what I mean? You don't insult someone with. Well, I feel like it is. I don't know. With your fucking country, we never know. Do you have people with polio? Because it doesn't exist anymore in my country.
It is mostly eradicated globally. It still exists in some places around the world.
Yeah, and
So
Like
it
in
could
the
make a
US or
comeback.
not in the US?
Not in the U.S. It's
Okay.
in
Not
places
from
like
what we
Pakistan
heard.
and
Thank
African
God
countries.
the fucking anti-vaxxers haven't bring that back yet.
well,
Hey, give it time, though.
aren't there a few cases every year in the U.S.? It seems to me I heard
Come
that
on.
that there was
It's
maybe well
Probably from people traveling abroad. There could be.
it's in the back of,
Possibly.
it's in the back of my head. But the thing is that
Traveling abroad, if you're vaccinated, you shouldn't get it.
but
Aren't you vaccinated against polio?
I am.
You can, but
Of course.
they stopped doing that when it was eliminated from the U.S.
Oh my God. It's fucking mandatory in my country.
I think it should be.
Yeah, I think it should be
Diphtheria,
too.
tetanus, polio, those three are mandatory here. We don't want them back.
No.
Yeah.
And of course, we have all these anti-vaxxers here, which is drives me
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
We start having those in France too, but I mean, with mandatory vaccines, they're limited in the damage they can do.
hmm Yeah. As I already said before, it's like I didn't get like the 6th grade edition of the measles, mumps, and vaccine.
That's
'cause
true,
they-
Greg. I know someone who had polio when she was a kid, but I know her enough to know that she would wish polio on those assholes.
Yeah.
You don't always die of polio too. It's only if it paralyzes your lungs.
There's a guy alive now who is from who was born, I think he got polio in about 1954. And he's been an iron lung since then. He's still alive. He's or he was last time
and
I heard, and
he
he's
got
alive.
his lungs paralyzed.
Oh, he's almost totally paralyzed. Yeah, and he needs an iron lung.
That's not because polio then, because polio just targets one random area of your body.
Well,
I think
he's got polio and he needs an iron lung, and he.
Yeah, I know that people
I think it
have,
causes nerve damage, but I'm not sure how it does so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the iron lung is for when polio gets to your lungs.
Yeah. Well, in any case, he's been in iron lung since 50s.
What a nice life.
He's a lawyer. He's been married, has kids, things like that. So he's had a life.
How the fuck do you have sex in an iron lung?
Apparently, he doesn't have to be in it all the time. He can get out for a little while.
Oh, so it's not his lungs that are paralyzed. Okay.
No, it's his lungs. That's why. That's the only reason to be in an iron lung is to passively breathe for you. But he can be out for short periods of time. Apparently.
Okay.
I don't know the technical details. The point being that he's been in an iron lung for so long, and the technology, the vaccines have wiped out so much polio in the world that the technology is almost forgotten. And every time something goes bad on his iron lung, they have to craft a new piece. From scratch, and they don't even have the old manuals. They don't have the old the text specs.
Oh God!
And if we ever had another outbreak,
Mitchell says carefully about my question: how the fuck do you have sex in an iron lung?
Yeah. Yes, that would be it. And then so if we ever had, if the anti-vaxxers ever brought us back into a cancer, polio outbreak, these cancers of human beings brought back polio.
If they did that, we should form militias to break their fucking knees.
Well, I think that they should be required to spend 24/7 operating bellows on our lungs. And if they can't physically do it, well, they can do it
I'm okay
until they
with
drop.
people not vaccinating, but you don't live in a society if you don't, because you're putting other people in danger, not just your kids.
Yeah,
your kids become, I don't know, walking incubators for kids. Catch all illnesses in the world. Why would you not vaccinate them? I don't get it. Because even if you're an idiot who thinks that vaccines cause autism.
But there's mercury in some vaccines. Mercury is a heavy metal toxin, and mercury will kill you.
It's not natural.
I will punch you right in the face.
Oh, the chemist isn't happy.
Mercury is...
I understand about the mercury. I understand that it's not being used as much as it was, and even the methyl mercury that's being used is way below any kind of toxic level.
I don't understand it. I don't need to understand it to see that people die less since we have fucking vaccines.
But you don't see that, because when vaccines work, nothing happens. When I was a kid,
we have memory for that. It wasn't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I do. You don't.
I do. I'm telling you, I have a friend.
Yeah, Julie's almost as old as you are, Tom. So.
No,
that's right. That's right. She's aged.
I have a friend who had polio when she was a kid, so I know. And no, but I mean, as countries, we're supposed to have a memory of those things.
No, but the young parents between 30 to 20, they don't. They do not.
No, they actually don't. And you tell them about. You tell them about You tell them about iron lungs. You tell them about smallpox. You tell them about all this stuff that used to happen.
Fake news.
Even the complications to measles.
don't-
People should
You're in
show
the pocket of
pictures
big
of that
pharma.
shit under their nose.
measles
It's
is
so
a
cool.
harmless childhood disease. It just makes you sick for a little while.
Yeah, tell that to all the fucking babies that died. Of
That's
it.
my
No, I know.
my point. And the thing is that what I get back when I talk to people about that is, okay, boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
People
it.
just don't. Yeah, anti-vaxxers just really do not believe all those things, and it's like it's another.
That's why I said, I don't know. There's a French YouTuber, a doctor who has a YouTube channel where he does vulgarization of medical topics, and he made a video to show pictures of what illnesses that have disappeared thanks to vaccines looked like.
Mhm.
And it's even measles. I mean, it's pretty horrific. The pictures are not pretty at all.
When was that?
It's a French guy.
I know, but didn't that come out a year or two ago? Wasn't that? Because I remember something like that. I remember passing something like that on Facebook.
Yeah, I posted it.
Okay, well then.
So
that's why.
Yeah, that's. But he never did put subtitles. That's pretty. It pisses me off, but yeah, that video is pretty horrific. The images, oh my god! If you don't believe in vaccines and you see something like that, I think you think twice, even if you're, I don't know,
a true believer.
Yeah, a true non-believer in vaccines.
But that's the thing. Some people will just deny those sort of things. You can present all the evidence of like how stanky your kid.
No, but that's not about the evidence. That's about remembering what those illnesses do. You know what I mean?
But some actually, here's the thing. Actually, my former manager, I mentioned this in the chat. My former manager is actually is in his 50s or near his 60s, and he's an anti-vaxxer. He fought the state to allow his kids to go to school not being vaccinated because he brought it up. He was worried about autism.
Yeah, that's why even as an anarchist, I think that mandatory vaccines are a very good thing.
Right, it's a justifiable hierarchy because herd immunization is will benefit those.
It's not a hierarchy. It's
right.
It contradicts bodily autonomy, but I mean, there's a damn good reason for that. I mean, well, when I say mandatory, people have a right to not vaccinate their kids, but they can't go to school if they're not vaccinated. That's and fair. School is mandatory until 16, so vaccines are mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it's free too, because the school vaccinate kids. So yeah, Autism Speaks is a scam, is a hate group, is a eugenistic fucking hellhole, and
it's so hard to be a mother of a child with autism. Can we eliminate autism so that I can be properly
Can
appreciated?
I kill my child? Because that's what Autism Speaks. That's the people they defend. Parents who have killed their autistic children. So,
but unfortunately,
and heads up that Sesame Street is partnering with them. So fuck Sesame Street. Do not watch Sesame Street. Do not give them.
God damn it, Big Bird! Betrayed the memory of Jim Henson.
Views, because that's who they support.
Yeah. Next, they'll support PETA.
Yeah, Mithril is talking about seeing people smallpox scars and having a TB scar. from the vaccine.
Yeah,
And
that's not the TB scar. It's the TB. Oui, yes, tuberculosis. Okay, I have the scar too.
Yeah.
But they found the vaccine isn't really effective, so it's not mandatory anymore in France.
Okay.
Oh, so you're saying that vaccines aren't effective? Okay, so now, it's just a big scam. That's what it is.
I
Okay.
was vaccinated. I still get my how do you call that when every 10 years when you
booster.
Yeah, I still get my booster because
oh shit,
it's free.
Nope. Reminder: take your meds, people.
Oh yeah,
I forgot.
No, I didn't. Thank you, Jonathan.
I have to. Thanks for reminding me. I have to get my tetanus boost too.
Oh, I should have checked if I need to do that. Yeah.
It's I think every 10 years, and 10 years goes by fast when you're. I can't say that yet.
Yeah, in France we have one booster for all. It's tetanus, diphtheria, polio, and MMR. It's all in one.
I don't know if I can get the MMR. I don't know if we have MMR boosters here in the United States, but like I didn't get my 6th grade one because egg bakes, and I got medically exempt for the requirement because of my egg allergy.
I haven't had my flu shot, but I don't go out, so.
Yeah, I haven't had my flu shots either because of the
most
common flu shots available are egg based. I had to go to get a special one.
Didn't you say you go get coffee?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think I'm going to get it next time I'm going to the doctor. That's next month, I guess. Not for me. I'm not at risk, but for other people. Even though we don't have big flu epidemics in France, mostly because a lot of people get vaccinated. It's free, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go.
Whereas here in the U.S., we want our people to be strong, so we want them to get the diseases.
Healthcare, general healthcare you can have when it's free, you know.
Yeah. And I agree, Phoenix. The unholy trinity is Autism Speaks, Salvation Army, and PETA.
Oh, yeah. Oh, PETA. PETA is the reason I hate Natalie Portman.
Yep, fair enough.
What a fucking bunch of hypocrites. They are, in the US, they kill more pit bulls than any for kill shelter.
Yeah.
Well, I say pit bulls because it's not just pit bulls. It's any dog that is wandering about. Imagine you lose your dog.
Yeah.
And fucking PETA. Oh my God.
Well, you let it go outside, and that was unethical, so they had to kill it. So just there you go.
Because reasons. I mean, how do you call yourself an animal defense group when you kill more than any kill shelter? Kill shelters don't have any choice. They don't have the space or the foster families. By the way, listeners, if you can afford it, please foster animals.
I probably should do that.
It's a life and death, especially for kittens during kitten seasons, because there's a lot of stray cats, and kittens are killed by shelters because they don't have the space to.
And if you can support
take
TNR
care
programs.
of them, so if you can foster kittens, I mean, who doesn't want kittens always?
I would get all the kittens, just all of them.
Yeah, me too. And how do you stop? I don't think I could be a foster because
You would keep them.
Yeah.
You'd be a cat lady.
I am a cat lady. No matter how many cats I have, I will always be a crazy old cat lady. No matter how young I am or how many cats I have, that's me.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it.
Oh, you're going to fit in the stereotype that some people have of like women who don't want to have children. You're just going to end up with just a bunch of cats.
Yes, and I hope they eat me when I'm dead.
Yes.
Okay.
That's recycling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, Phoenix, your mom should let you adopt all the kittens.
And a badger.
And all the guinea pigs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Cochon
I
d'Inde.
don't think I mentioned this on air as we were broadcasting. I did mention them at Comic-Con, but was kind of fun. I did brought a couple of costumes, but I decided to keep on wearing my Bloodborne like hunter costume. It's mostly just the awesome vest and of course the awesome hat. But the reason why I'm calling cosplay as the Bloodborne hunter all weekend is because every year Comic-Con has like a cosplay scavenger hunt where you have to take a picture of like these various cosplayers.
And
The
you're down in the
Bloodborne
lower
Hunter
right.
is one of them. So yes, I got a lot of requests for pictures yesterday.
Phoenix, why do you talk to Black Pigeon? What the fuck is wrong with
Black
you?
Pigeon speaks as a fascist.
Yeah.
Stop enriching their lives by talking to them. What the fuck?
And sometimes as long as you like, you can see it as entertainment, like talking to war corps, I guess. But yeah, back to the scavenger hunt. What's fun thing about it is that like they include Alzer and Crowley from Good Omens, with the asterisk. They mention the asterisk over here and it's down at the bottom. Alzer and Crowley.
They have to be together.
Have to be together
as a couple.
As
having
a couple.
sex.
They have rules against that. The one thing that's actually kind of neat that like
They have rules against that. Oh my god, they had to make rules against that.
No amateur porn on the con floor.
The con is open until like 2 a.m. and there's some cons that are 24/7 as well. But one thing I like about the rules about like costumes and like what's appropriate to wear is the obvious things of like, well, you have to like cover basically wear the costume that's equivalent to like an underwear at least, but for like the nipples, all genders must cover the nipples about like a 60% or something like that. About like that. At the very back, it's totally fine, but everyone. Let's cover the nipples.
Well, female presenting nipples, right?
No,
male presenting nipples.
Now that's the thing. They do enforce the like males and anyone else must cover the nipples. So it's like
yeah, but you know that's
nipple cover.
Because they don't want women to show their boobs.
True.
That's the cause. They didn't do that because they didn't want dudes to come bare chest.
Yeah.
Like
do they have rules requiring
are going
to
come half naked to a fucking WeebCon.
It's still the U.S., so there probably is like public exposure like rules even in Oregon or something like that.
Anyways, that's
for female
good that
presenting
they
nipples.
extended it to all genders.
Mm-hmm.
At least there's some equality, if not equity. Let's say.
Yeah.
Oh, I am a cat lady. Thank you, John. You don't see my smile, but I am very pleased.
Some random vaxxer. Well, I'm not an anti-vaxxer, so definitely. And John Martin muted himself.
Yeah, he fucked off somewhere.
Mm-hmm. No, don't worry, Phoenix. We all trust you. Yeah, I'm sure you. Yeah, sometimes I would comment on those kind of people too. Sometimes I find my videos as well. Sometimes I reply, sometimes I don't.
Does he care for pigeons and doves, though? But yeah, the woman in France who created the SPA, Animal Protection Society, she votes for Le Pen, so you can love animals and hate people. I don't know, pigeons in my country are pests. They shit everywhere. That's awful.
Yeah, they're like that in Seattle too, and in Portland. I've seen them around.
Hitler liked dogs. It's really easy for fascists to love animals.
is back.
Dogs are loyal.
They fucking love dogs for that very reason, yeah.
I have a theory about.
Hmm.
Well, it's a crap theory, and it's very much I don't know, low grade psychology, but I have a theory for why more women like cats and more men like dogs. I think that's because men need submissive animals and women kind of don't care.
Sasha!
I think that's not correlated by any study. It's just a theory I have in my head. It's my head canon.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Well, if only women voted in the U.S., then the Democrats would be the far right wing of U.S. politics. If only
yeah.
men voted in the U.S., the Republicans would be the far left wing of U.S. politics.
Yeah, but that's what privilege does. Is it?
Yeah.
Have you
Hey,
seen
Sasha.
Hillary's tweet about trans women?
No.
Can we shoot her into the sun yet? And can we stop acting like Democrats are better
Left
than?
wing.
I mean, the how do you call them?
They're conservatives. Democrats are conservatives.
No, I mean the institution Democrats. No, that's not the term. How do you?
Establishment.
Yeah,
Establishment.
because I mean AOC is a Democrat and she's fucking awesome.
Mhm.
So it's like Anya Pelosi, Russia Talbot, and Ilham Omar.
Oh, and that there's a lady that called for decriminalizing
Decriminalizing marijuana. I think that's
no
Anya.
sex work.
That's
decriminalize.
Anya
Okay,
Presley.
decriminalize. Okay.
What's her name? I forgot.
Anya Presley.
Oh yes, Ayanna Presley. Yeah.
Ayanna Presley. 7th for the Congresswoman.
So she's a Democrat too. What I mean is,
yes.
The only good politicians are Democrats, but most Democrats are not good people. Well,
yeah, but I mean, can we stop pretending that Democrats like Hillary Clinton and all are better than Republicans? Honestly, that at this point, what the fuck differentiates her from, say, Ted Cruz? She's as racist. She hates trans people.
Unlike Ted Cruz, she's a human being and not a serial killer, probably.
He's not the Zodiac killer, Stockfield.
Whereas Ted Cruz is definitely not a human being. He is an alien in a meat suit. And he might be a serial killer.
Ted Cruz wasn't a good example. George W. Bush.
That would be a better example.
Yeah.
She's the same.
She would have been a war criminal just like him, yeah.
Yep, easily.
No, but I mean...
But as opposed to Trump, I would take her.
Yeah, that's kind of the only good thing about it.
Are you sure she would be better?
Yes.
She would
not. Yes.
She would not have done the Muslim ban. She would not be expanding our concentration camps.
Yes.
She would not have.
I don't know. Democrats massively voted for the concentration camps to be expanded, so
they did vote for bills to fund ICE, probably because like it was attached to something else, or that they are okay with like funding ICE, except for like AOC in the squad.
I agree that she looks way better than Trump, but
I don't think they would. I don't think under her and certainly under Democratic Congress that we would have abandoned the Paris Accords. I think there's a lot of things.
You're probably right about that.
I think there's a lot of things that you know that are kind of go under the radar with all.
No, you are right about that. That's
so. But
I already had forgotten about that. He's done so many shit stuff. How do we keep count?
Yeah.
Well, I hope somebody is so that we can undo it. I hope that somebody is sitting there with
I'm pretty sure John Oliver is.
list of things that are okay. When we get back in power, we got to do this,
All the
this,
shit
this,
we
and
have
this.
to fix. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
The
but
transition is going to be
are
important.
you sure someone like Joe Biden would?
Absolutely not. Joe Biden is
no.
fuck Joe Biden.
I mean,
No.
I'm really afraid for you if he wins the
If he gets the goddamn
the
nomination,
Democrat
then
stuff,
we're
because
fucked. He just can't win.
yeah, he can't win, and if he
Mhm.
wins
I'll still
the
vote for him, but
Democrat
no, he can't
nomination,
win.
you're gone with Trump again. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I
And-
don't have a lot of hope for Warren, even if she's less shitty.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like, first of all, Phoenix, I do agree. I think Mitt Romney is the alien.
Mhm. But Mitt
but,
Romney is
like-
an alien who wants to be like slimy and fuck you. Ted Cruz is an
Is-
alien who wants to eat you.
Is Mitt
Hmm.
Romney the libertarian guy?
Mitt
No,
Romney was the.
no. He's the Mormon.
he's-
Libertarian
You're-
is
you're
Rand
thinking
Paul.
it-
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. On the other hand,
Mitt
know,
Romney said
so-
corporations are people, friend.
yeah,
Yes.
I think it's a little early, but my back is really killing me.
Oh, poor thing.
So
okay.
I'm gonna fuck off.
Yeah,
and I would
go
certainly-
rest your poor body, babe.
I would
Mhm.
certainly suggest that the rest of you go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
And anybody in the chat for whom it
Oh, Tom
would,
McPain. Oh, John. That's sad.
Well, he's not leaving because
Yeah.
he's old. He's leaving because his back hurts.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's leaving, so he's old.
Well, kusi kumsa, tomato. Anyway,
There.
You
I am
Sounds
say
like-
leaving.
kusi kusa too?
Kusi kumsa.
I thought it was a French thing.
It is a
It
French
is. It is. But
Oh, okay.
when I was a kid, that was. I think there was a song that had that in it, or
thing. Probably.
So when I remember, we used to say that quite a bit. So I don't know what it means exactly, but there we go.
Like this, like that.
Yeah.
6 of
Well,
one,
I'm
half a
leaving.
dozen the other.
Fuck all of you. And
Yeah, fuck you, Tom.
Have a good time.
Go rest and try
I am gonna have a good
to
time.
get some rest too. Like if you can take a nap, it's good for your back.
Yes, I will do that. Bye-bye.
Bye, Tom.
Bye
But
bye.
I am going to have a good time because, like, later today at like 3:30, I'm going to go to a sake tasting session at the Comic-Con.
So that's in how many hours?
3.
Oh, from now 3.
Oh, okay. So you have a little time yet. Still.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Just
You're excited like a kid on Christmas. Look at
well,
you.
okay, yeah, because like as I mentioned in the pre-show, this cup is like nice.
very pretty.
Rainbow, yes, very pretty. It's a limited edition. It has like the etching of Comic-Con right on it. The shadows
Oh,
is on it.
You still have the thing hanging on
Oh
it.
yeah, I need this thing to hang on to this because then I can go back to the vendor. The
No,
booth.
but it was sold with it.
Yes, because
Look on it. How much is the size? How many ounces? is it-
But the thing is, this tag, all this
That
tag
looks like
does
12 to 16 ounces.
is
it's hard
actually
to
like
tell.
30, close like that. At
Mm.
least 30. Definitely way more than 20. Because the only reason that this tag is on here is that I can go back to the booth and refill all the premium kind of sodas. So things like Thomas Kemper, if you have that in your region, is like premium craft sodas of like root beer, vanilla cream, orange cream,
Okay.
black cherry, birch
Not beer?
beer.
What the fuck kind of con is this?
It's a whip con.
It's a week con. It's soda. So I got free refills of craft soda with
Oh,
this
for
tag
free. Okay,
all weekend long too.
that's really pretty.
You're going to
though.
give yourself the diabetes.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's not 30 ounces though. That's not 1 fucking liter. It's too small.
This I
Not
don't know.
a
Like I
lot.
Unless you
But-
have really big hands.
said, mm.
Yeah, but
know.
I think it's like I said. I think it's 25 ounces.
The thing is, like, I had like already 2 soda bottles, then 2
It's
20-ounce bottles.
definitely more than a pint, but
Well, this
We
20
missed
ounce
it.
bottle was
See you next week, Mithril.
full, and now it's like
bye, Mithril.
and I poured that amount into the cup after I already poured another 20-ounce worth of liquid.
Yeah, but stop eating pop. You're going. John is right. You're going to give.
Well, yeah, I'll be drinking pop at the con. Yes, you're right.
You're going to give yourself diabetes, like me. Well, I'm not there yet. I'm almost there.
Yeah, pre-diabetic. Yeah, my dad is also pre-diabetic too.
I'm. My blood sugar is 1.14, and it has diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is 1.25 grams of sugar by per liter
per
of
mil,
blood.
probably. Oh no, 1.5 grams per mil would be a lot.
Yeah. No, 1.25 grams by liter, not.
Okay. Grams per mil. Good God.
So it's diabetes. I'm at 114, so I have to be careful. Just. So I'm drastically reducing my carbs intake because carbs too. And so I can enjoy the occasional sweet. So, like, I was eating way too many brioche, the little sweet buns, and in 2 weeks I have eaten 3. So I'm very proud of myself, and I have more of a hard time not eating bread. I'm allowed 1 slice a day. I eat more. So, but I try to eat the whole grain stuff. The whole
whole wheat.
No, whole wheat plus other stuff like seeds and other flowers and like varied stuff because there are less carbs in it. And also I bought some chickpea flour. So I'm planning on making stuff like pita style breads. So because it's no carbs in it. So
I'll look into that for myself.
So, but I'm still on my soup every night stuff for almost 3 weeks. I haven't weighed myself yet, but I think I'm not going to until I go to the doctor next month.
Yeah.
I prefer she weighs me, so I keep track every 3 months that way because I go see her every 3 months to refill my prescriptions.
John Sisman. Okay, sissy.
Oh. That was mean. But that was funny.
Well, but then again, like you already said, in order to absolutely insult John Brockwood, we have to say he's nice. He's not an asshole.
Yeah, he doesn't like being nice.
I'm not very good at it.
It's your D&D party game that's rubbing off on you.
I still need to catch up on the Dungeons and
Honestly,
Debacles.
I couldn't do it. I can't play an evil character. I have tried playing an evil character for 25 years. And I just can't. I'm nice.
Well,
no,
Bruno
I'm not
is
nice.
only technically
I'm kind.
evil. He's
it's more of an opportunity.
Well, it's just that he's serving a greater good.
Opportunistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, D&D is fucking fun.
D&D is amazing. Steve is stupid.
One day we should really find time to play together. I I would really like that.
Well, I do need to start a game with my nephew. If you guys want to join that,
Okay.
don't know when
That
we'll have time for it.
I'm pretty sure that hours won't do it for
Yeah.
me, but
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's still in school, so he'd be playing in the evening, so you'd probably be in bed, Lito. So there's that.
Yeah.
Unless we played Saturday mornings, in which case Geek couldn't play. So.
Unless I wake up really early.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, no. Well, maybe one day when I live alone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Yeah.
how that's going to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not only Merlin, there's that too.
Yeah.
The administrative bullshit we have to go through is just fucking amazing. And we're not even fucking married. So yeah, we'll see. I wanted to start the first administrative stuff this week, but with Merlin sick,
Yeah.
I'm too. When I worry, I'm no good at anything. It's I'm not even good
You should
at
totally use essential
sleeping.
oils. They're great for that.
Well, the essential oils are great for a lot of stuff.
They're
Not
really
for
great for
anxiety.
making things smell nice. That's about
No,
it.
but for some joint pain and stuff like that. I'm not talking about quote unquote aromatherapy stuff. I'm talking about rubbing essential oils.
Okay.
I mean, if they can penetrate your skin, then they might be able to do something. But if they can penetrate your skin, they'll take other random crap in there with it.
Yeah.
So
I don't use them, but I know some people use them and they're pretty happy with the results. So I'm not going to shit on it, because if it can ease pain for some people, it's good. Even if it may or may not be a placebo effect.
Yeah. Because
I know
apparently
pain is such a pain in the butt.
yeah.
And honestly, any stuff you can get to ease it, scientifically proven or not, take it. Don't abandon real medicine, please.
Yeah.
But complementing it with stuff that works for you is fucking fine. And any quote unquote skeptic who tells you differently is an ass. And is probably very able.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like if it doesn't affect you, just like leave the other person alone.
There's a phenomenon in French. I'm going to translate it word for word. In French, we call it diagnosis wandering. It's
wandering
when you
diagnosis?
have errance diagnostic. So yeah, diagnosis wandering. Anyways, that's the phenomenon that means some illnesses you can spend 5 years before getting a diagnosis. 10 years. Fibromyalgia, for example, is 5 to 15 years. Some people can wait 15
Sounds like a diagnosis of exclusion, where it's not something that's easy to diagnose in itself. You have to rule out this, then that, then this,
yeah, well,
then that.
With fibromyalgia, it's, diagnosis of exclusion, because there's no research on it, so we don't really know how to diagnose this. Well, it's getting better now, but I myself stayed 8 years in pain before someone took me seriously, and
well, also,
I will
fibromyalgia is mostly experienced by women. Therefore, it's not really real. It's not really.
Yeah, but it's not just fibromyalgia. It's also rare illnesses. You know, the
Mhm.
ones that less than 0.1% of the population get,
Mhm.
which is not the case of fibromyalgia. It's not at all a rare illness. 2% of the population get it. There's
Mhm.
absolutely no reason that research isn't funded for it. So, but more and more men are being diagnosed with it. So I
Mhm.
guess yay.
Well, more and more men are finally willing to admit that occasionally they experience pain. What? It's
Yeah,
almost like we're slowly beating back toxic masculinity.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's nice. We're
Yeah.
not there yet, but
No,
that's
no.
nice for everyone, men included.
Mhm. What you're saying, like all masculinity is toxic? No, we're saying certain aspects of it is toxic. Please understand how adjectives
Yeah,
work.
like yeah, yeah. They want to be offended by the word.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
That's why I will always say that them calling us snowflakes is the most ironic thing in the
They're the
universe.
ones who are incredibly sensitive and very, very white.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they lose their shit for the most trivial stuff.
Hmm.
Like
My
video
mug
game
doesn't say Merry
characters
Christmas.
attire.
Hmm.
I don't care, but as long as it's nice, I don't care if it's half naked or
Hmm.
very covered. I like both.
Hmm. Yeah. In fact, like Casey is motion mentioned, is like if anyone says that like these like characters are just like fugly, Casey is like, where are they?
I mean, I don't like people who bitch about boob plates either. I mean, it's
Mm.
fantasy. Who cares if it's realistic? I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Boob plates are pretty. Don't fuck with my boob plates. I want them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Boobs are
And I don't.
nice. I want to see their shape.
Hmm. Yeah. I want realism in a fantasy game with magic and dragons.
Yeah, and that's always the argument, you know. Yeah, women fighters isn't really realistic, but you know, shooting fireballs with your hand is somehow.
Firebolt, firebolt.
Or black people, you know, in fantasy settings are not realistic, but
Oh yeah.
But
that's
elves and
something
dwarves, no, those are reasonable, so long as they're white elves and dwarves.
that's
Mhm.
something we have to give to Bethesda because
Mhm.
there's a race of black people in the game in
Mhm.
the Elder Scrolls.
Yep, the
Mm.
red guards.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome too.
Mhm.
And aren't the Kunari black in Dragon Age? Or
Oh
dark skinned?
yes. Well, very dark skinned, yeah.
No.
But you can make it them light skinned. They're mostly grayish,
Mm.
all shades of grayish, but they're mostly dark skinned. Yes.
Mhm.
I will never understand that um, beauty canon that fair skins are prettier than dark skins. Dark skins are so fucking beautiful, and fair
Mhm.
Yeah.
skins too. But I mean,
Mhm.
just because one is pretty doesn't mean the other isn't pretty too. I mean,
Mhm.
have you seen that model who has that skin that's so black it's nearly
The
blue?
Dark Queen. Yeah.
Oh my god, she's so fucking beautiful.
Yeah, and and then it's like some Uber driver just couldn't believe that she's a model or something like that, and so then she just like tweeted that story out with like the professional shots of her and like her model work, and yeah, and people are just like, screw that Uber driver. This dark queen is awesome and beautiful.
Well, duh. I mean, also, have you seen black people with blue eyes? Oh my god. Oh my
Ooh.
god, they're the most beautiful people on the entire planet.
Hmm.
Have you seen Michael Ealy?
No. I don't know who that is.
Google Michael Ealy.
How do you spell Ealy?
Ealy.
Ealy?
He's an actor, and he's black with blue eyes. Look at his fucking face. He's perfect.
Julie's thirsty.
Not really. I like pretty things, and I always have, and I always will.
Mm.
And I'm sorry, but black people with blue eyes are the most beautiful people on the planet, and that's all. Anyways, I like people with very fair skin and very dark skin.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I've seen anything with Ealy in it.
He plays in a pretty cool TV show that was cancelled, sadly, with Carl Urban in it. That was called Almost Human.
I'm just seeing that.
He
I've heard of
plays
it.
an android. It's a very good show. That's a shame that they canceled it. Well, it's a cop show, so you have to like that kind of stuff. And
He was in
I
Law
like
and Order.
cop shows. I don't like cops, but I like cop shows. Because the only good cop is a fictional cop.
Mm-hmm.
Like Samuel Vimes. Just saying. Stop acting like you know, Jonathan. You still haven't listened
I know.
or
I
read.
still need to read it.
Read the books.
Read the books.
Or listen to the audiobooks. It's way less time consuming. You can do other stuff in the meantime.
Right, I should do that, and I still have. I should still have the link.
Especially since you can have them for free. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't steal things, kids. Stealing things is wrong. Pirate them.
I haven't stolen anything. The people who has had it still have it.
Mm-hmm. But they don't have as much money as they could have, and that makes Jesus sad.
Jesus would have been fine. Jesus wasn't a narco-communist.
No, but for real,
Jesus didn't exist.
I wouldn't pirate Terry Pratchett, but I have bought all his books in French and in English. So you know, I'm getting the audiobooks for that. I'm not being. How do you call people who don't want to give? Well, very
cheap, stingy.
Yeah, but do you have a? I don't know, a more elevated word for it? Not elevated. I don't know how to say that.
Highfalutin, snooty. Let's see, a snooty way of saying penny
like
pinching.
You know, in French we say radin. It means people who have very closed pockets.
Yeah,
who don't like to share.
Stingy would be the closest one I can think of.
Okay, but
penny wise and pound foolish.
Okay, well, that's very high register, isn't it? Because cheap is pretty familiar, no?
Yeah.
Don't you have a middle ground word for it? Yeah, stingy, is that it?
Stingy, I think, is probably the best. Unless you're willing to be, anti-Semitic.
No. Oh, here too there are words. I really wonder where that come from. Do you think there was like this one Jewish guy that was super stingy and he became
it was just
the origin of the rest? Yeah, but stereotypes come from stupid stuff. Like
they don't have to come from anywhere real, just like myths.
No,
and so
I'm not
on.
saying it's real. I'm saying it's maybe.
But it
something
didn't have to
that
come from any
happened
one person.
once, and yeah, I don't know.
It was just that Christianity had a thing against banking, so Jews became the bankers, and thus they got their reputation for money, and everything else came from that.
Oh, okay. I get. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, get it now.
Yeah, there
It's
was
completely stupid, but yeah.
yeah, there's a thing in the Bible saying you cannot be a usurer, you can't charge interest for things. Therefore, banking was impossible. So the only way you could have a banker
Yeah, but
in
wasn't it
Christian.
in the Old Testament?
Yeah, well, Christians have never been consistent about that shit.
No, but I mean because Jewish folks followed the Old Testament. So.
Yeah, oh, they can't be bankers among themselves, but they could be bankers for Christians.
Oh.
Yeah. But eventually,
Oh.
starting around the late
okay.
Middle Ages, early Renaissance, Christians found ways to get around those rules about charging interest by calling it something other than interest. And thus you started getting lots and lots of non-Jewish bankers.
Wait, the stereotype of the Jewish banker dates from like Christ?
Well, not from Christ, but basically...
But from that time, I mean?
The rise of Catholic Christianity, after the fall of Rome, basically. But yeah, Middle Ages, ancient. Not.
That's even more dumb than what I thought.
Yep.
Like, I thought it was because of, that one guy. It wasn't us.
Nope.
Because, privileged folks like to use
one person as
asses
an
in
example
minorities to expand it to all the group. They never pick the good guy. They always pick the asshole. What the fuck are you doing?
Me?
Oh, you put your coat in front of your mouth. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were putting another coat. I thought you were putting your coat on.
No.
He's just been having too much fun at the con.
I also went to the lounge at the con as well, and I had a couple of drinks.
Oh, but you already went there.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, it's a 3-day con, so it's like.
Oh, so yesterday you didn't work?
No, I did not work on it yesterday. Yeah, I took a Friday off because I did work on Thursday. It was such a longer day, but But right after work, I got picked up by my friends, and I hitched a ride with them. So we drive down to Portland.
Okay.
And we're going to go drive back to Seattle Sunday night. So after the con pretty much closes around 4 p.m. and when we hitch the road, we'll check out on the hotel on Sunday morning as well. So that way we check out the hotel, we pack our things to the car so that they're ready to go.
I have something funny for you.
Hey, scientists, look, my proof of race realism. Brown people bad. Stop making fun of my red pills.
That last pic is really funny. I like that screen share option to share funny stuff. Or not funny stuff, but I want fun stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, not fun stuff, but we make fun of it,
Right.
Like Elon Musk wanting to solve autism with brain chips. I mean, oh my god.
Fuck.
He looks
if there's anything
like
that proves that capitalism does not reward merit, it's Elon Musk.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Elon Musk did not actually work to create anything. He has a hand in Jamie J tweeted this out on her Twitter and gotten Elon Musk standards in her mentions because of that. I was Elon Musk did not actually create anything. He
was a venture capitalist. He invested in something and got rich off it.
Yeah.
He looks like John Barrowman if he was put too long in the sun. and started. You know, I
Mhm.
call him stale John Barrowman. He doesn't look like John Barrowman at
John
all.
Barrowman, but without the personality.
John Barrowman is an asshole, though, but
Oh, what do you do?
transphobic fuck.
Ah,
I
everybody
broadcast
gets
it on
ruined.
YouTube, just so you know.
Yeah, I know this.
Mhm.
Who's that person?
That's my friend Eric Hansen, who like drove me down to like
Oh.
yeah.
Hi,
Eric.
friend.
And my friends are saying hi to you. Hi. Yep, that's Eric Hansen.
His shirt is awesome.
I like it.
Your shirt is awesome. Oh, thank you. He said thank you. No, you probably gave it.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
heard
heard.
him. Yeah, so yeah, sadly, John Barrowman is not perfect. Is an ass.
God damn it.
I don't
I
even know who John
still
Barrowman
love
is.
Captain Jack. It's from Doctor Who.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Jonathan. Sorry,
I haven't caught up.
I forgot your name for 1 second there. What the
That's
fuck?
okay. You can go with what my screen name says right now. Some random Baxter.
facts.
Who are you? Who are you people? What are you doing in my screen?
You agreed. You clicked the join link for Zoom meeting. I know you're joking.
You're
What are we
joking.
doing
You're
here?
joking. I can't believe my ears. That's
God,
from Nightmare Before Christmas. In the Oogie Boogie song,
there it is.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
I knew it sounded
which
familiar.
is the best song of the whole thing.
I do like that song.
I think that's the only Halloween movie I like because it's also a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And also
And
doesn't really
also-
focus on the horror.
There's songs and there's Oogie Boogie song was really, really, really awesome.
Yeah.
I like this song. No, my personal favorite is always the song that Jack Skellington like sings as he's trying to like figure it out. What does it mean? What does it mean?
Yes.
Mhm.
What does it mean?
I love them all, to be honest, but
Yeah,
I love
me
what's
too.
it? What's this? What's this is really cool. And there's a version of the song of the three kids. The
Oh yeah. The Oogie Boogie Boys.
Santa Claus, put him in a
Yep.
bag.
Yeah.
That's sung by Korn.
Yeah, there was a full album of like covers
Yeah.
by various different like bands that like
Yeah,
covered
but a
those
lot
songs.
of are not that good.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
Sally's song is sung by Emily, and I fucking hate her
Okay.
because
Rise
she
Against
sings
did,
with
like,
her throat, and I don't know,
Oh.
it gets on my nerves. But
I
there's
see.
a version of that song, the Sally's song by Fiona Apple. That's
Okay.
just amazing.
I do like Rise Against like it's Christmas time. That was kind of fun. It seemed to fit their style of like fast punk.
There's
I do
Marilyn
love
Manson singing
Marilyn
"This Is
Manson.
Halloween."
Yeah, This Is Halloween. That was a good one. The first time I heard that song, it was like used with Soul Eater for a anime music video.
Yeah, I like that movie. I watch it every year. I'm a sucker for old Burton shit. Just everything pre Sleepy Hollow, including Sleepy Hollow. Even though I can't
TV
really
show?
watch. No, the movie.
There was a TV show, Sleepy Hollow, wasn't there?
I
It
can't.
had promise. I faded out during the second
I
season.
can't really watch the movies with Johnny Depp in it anymore.
Yeah.
But that lets me Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas, I guess.
Yeah. Technically, well, we all know that Nightmare was not directed by Tim Burton. He just wrote the story.
No, it's Henry Selick.
Right.
Who make James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, I need to watch that.
It's an awesome movie. Well, it's an Henry Selick movie, so it's
Mhm.
all stop motion. So
Yeah.
real stop motion. I mean, not
Mhm.
fake stop motion with a computer, just like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, yeah.
Like
I mean,
yeah, there's a charm to those movies.
Mhm.
yeah.
In Nightmare Before Christmas, when he is in Christmas Town, there's a
Mhm.
little train, and the
Yeah.
smoke of the train, it's little balls of cotton. It's so fucking
Yes.
cute.
Was this? There's something in the air. What's this? There's magic everywhere.
That's
What's
the
this?
best part of the movie, to be honest.
Mhm.
I kind of want to
Yes.
make a musical that is entirely about black people, except occasionally a white guy pops in who thinks that the show's all about him, and he's like Columbusing the fuck out of every scene he's in. And he introduces himself. What's this? What's this? There's Negroes everywhere. What's this? What's this? I'd like to touch your hair.
That's very accurate. Yeah, no, Millie's Nagrega, but I mean, John
Yeah.
Barrowman is gay
Mhm.
and is very
But-
publicly so, and it's pretty disappointing
Yeah.
when
But-
out gay celebrities
Fuck
are
up horribly.
being transphobic fucks, basically.
Yeah.
And if we've learned anything, or if I've learned anything over the last 10 years, it's that gay white men can be racist, misogynistic, and or transphobic. They're really
They are
good at
very often misogynistic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
If you
in
never
other words,
heard
being oppressed is not a
a
guarantee
gay
that you won't
dude
oppress.
acting in disgust, talking about vaginas.
Mhm.
I mean, dude, just because you're not attracted to it doesn't mean it's disgusting. So fuck
Yeah.
you, I'm not disgusting.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And also, they too can feel very entitled to women's bodies.
Mhm.
That's something I experienced because when I was younger, I was going to a lot of gay nightclubs, and I don't know, they kiss you on the mouth, they touch your butt. Just because you don't want to fuck me, it doesn't mean it. For fuck's sake, stop
Yeah,
it!
exactly.
Yeah.
They treat you like an object, just like
Yes.
every other man,
Mhm.
basically. So I've experienced abuse at least once for all minorities men. Black men, disabled men, gay men. I mean, I uh, I I don't trust men, any man.
Mhm.
Well, I do, but it needs work, and
Yeah.
work that I don't have to put in with women.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But hashtag yes all men.
Mhm.
Even though I have suffered abuse from abled women, but
Mm. Mm. Yep.
Basically, being oppressed, being on one privilege of oppression doesn't mean you won't use your other privileges, your axes of privilege to oppress others.
yeah, you still need to deconstruct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
mean,
These days, there's that trope that black men can't oppress white women, and I think that's bullshit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That sounds like oppression Olympics, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just like the white women, or I don't know, disabled white people can oppress abled black people. Well, it's not a good example, but
Mhm. Yeah.
if you have one axis of privilege, you can use it against
Mm-hmm.
anyone. I know it's hard to hear because the situation in the US, a lot of white women weaponize their whiteness.
Yep.
Yes.
But it's
Traditionally,
not the
they've
case.
used it against black men.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But it's not the case in the rest of the world. So that's not a universal truth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've seen a video of 4 black men beating the shit of a disabled white man.
Mm.
And you know what I mean? Just,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wish everyone would remember that that race isn't the only race and gender, because
Mm.
fuck white feminists, aren't the only axis of oppression. There's a
Yeah.
lot of bullshit going on.
Yep.
And there's still always class as well.
Yeah, but class is complicated.
True, it is complicated. Yeah.
Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated?
Oh no. Oh no, don't put that fucking song in my head. Not that one. That's okay. I can
Sorry, not sorry.
listen to the Weird Al parody. Why'd you have to go and make me all constipated?
Shouldn't have to go and get my bowels evacuated.
Thank you, Weird Al. Have you seen the foil? He made a parody of Royals by Lord.
Oh.
It's aluminum foil. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but watch it when you can. It's in 2 parts. The first part is pretty vanilla for Weird Al.
Mhm.
And the second part is just fucking amazing. I'm not saying anything more, but you know what aluminum foil is used for, right?
Wrapping up food,
Yes, and
toys for cats.
you'll watch the video and you'll get it.
Tinfoil hats.
You're getting warmer. You watch the video when we're off. Yeah, you'll have a good love. For me, it's the best Weird Al music video.
I need to catch up on Weird Al. Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't listen to like modern music either, but I will always listen to Weird Al.
He made a big return with White and Nerdy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And what's always fun is like if you have never seen the original song and stuff like that, watch the Weird Al's parody of like Fat, and then go watch Michael Jackson's Bad, and then you're just going to be laughing throughout all of like Michael Jackson's Bad. If you've never seen
the Fat is pretty offensive though.
True.
What I like about Weird Al, is managed to evolve with the time. He's understood what's become offensive that was more accepted before, and some people say, yeah, Fat. If he did that today, there would be uproar. But that's the thing, though. Weird Al wouldn't have done that today.
Right.
Today, he makes fun of white and nerdy men, and
and you know what has not happened with Weird Al? No, Me Too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
there
he's
you
decent as fuck. Except, I don't know, his friendship with Michael Jackson, even after the allegations and all. But he's not the only one. I mean, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
It's before the documentary that was made a few months ago. A lot of people didn't believe the allegations. And I shamefully will admit that I was among them.
Yeah.
Not because I think if I had a child that was raped by someone, I wouldn't want money. I would want that someone in jail.
Yeah.
But I guess that's me ignoring that the parents of those kids were really poor, and
And they didn't really have any hope that he would go to jail.
yeah, I mean, it's fucking complicated, and
Yeah.
I don't know. He always seemed so pure, and the abuse he suffered from his father and all that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
there's
it's a
all
lot
that.
of factors that do that people were on his side, really, even though he slept with children.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, Gandhi did that too, and everyone loved that
That's
motherfucker.
right. He also did
Well,
that
but
too.
Gandhi just slept next to them. He didn't actually have sex with them. No, he
Yeah,
wouldn't
he
have done
slept
that.
naked next to them.
Yes, he was proving that he was strong enough not to have sex with them. That is exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, my
I
ass.
believe that for real, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, remember, people, kill your heroes. The only good hero's a sandwich.
No, but especially Gandhi. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
the
was a
guy was
Hindu
just
nationalist. Fuck Gandhi.
awful.
Mm.
The only reason he's a hero is because we want to glorify a peaceful protest
Protest.
Mhm.
by minorities, quote unquote. He was,
Yeah.
I mean, he was from an upper caste and all that. That's the only reason he wasn't killed off by the English, the Brits.
Even though,
So,
even though
I
Winston
mean,
Churchill would
Neil
have wanted
Gregas
that to
says
happen.
gross, but
Mhm.
if it's about Gandhi, it's not nothing, but it's just a portion of the shittiness of Gandhi. The guy said that the Jews should have willingly gone into concentration camps.
Mm.
He said that women who have been raped should kill themselves.
In recent years, we've been hearing so much more.
He went to South Africa when he was a lawyer to defend apartheid because he hated black people. He was from an upper caste, and he defended the caste system in India. I mean, the guy was an
He's the
awful
reason we got the
person.
partition and Pakistan and Bangladesh and
Yeah,
all that shit.
I mean, he was really a bad person. He's only glorified because white people wanted him to be glorified.
And only after the fact.
Yeah. Also, India was liberated by I don't remember his name, but there was that man, a rebel that did a lot of fucking violent action, and Gandhi's
Name
plea
starts
was
with a B, I
only
think. Can't remember.
Gandhi's plea was only possible thanks to their action, this group's action, just like MLK's plea was only possible because of Malcolm X
And Black Panthers, yeah.
actions.
Well, and also remember that even though it was
you need
nonviolent,
violent
Gandhi
people.
did a lot of disruptive shit. It just wasn't violent disruption.
Yeah.
He was taken to the highways. They were marching in the streets. They were sitting at counters, organizing boycotts and strikes. He was doing a lot of shit. He just wasn't necessarily armed. People back then hated MLK.
Yeah.
Just like they hate Colin Kaepernick,
Because of like kneeling, and there's a book actually by Peter Gerbos, but the audio version of that book is available at the YouTube channel Audible Anarchist. How nonviolence protects the state, and they
no, but but what I meant was, I'm just finishing that thought before going to pee.
Go ahead. Sorry,
and I'm coming back. But what I meant was, if you remove, for example, Malcolm X from the equation, he made MLK palatable.
Yes.
And same thing happened in India with that other guy that I've forgotten. I'm ashamed that I have forgotten his name.
Yeah.
And Gandhi. So, anyways, I really have to pee. I'm coming back.
Okay.
I'll be back.
The put into the live chat the audio version of how non-violence protect the states. But I'm doing it on my phone, so it's just like I'm not as quick as it as I am if I have my laptop with me or a laptop. So impeachment and hearings are happening this week.
Yes, they were big, and unfortunately, they just weren't very good television. So, I mean, I guess that means Trump wins.
Yes, because this all has to be about ratings. It's not exciting.
Why couldn't they get, like telegenic people to come in and accuse Trump of treason? Why'd they have to be such boring people?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't the facts be more exciting?
Yeah, it's just like, and it's a process too. So it's like I would just like they wait because I'm sure they want to like do all the like evidence, and like the House Democrats want to present all of the evidence that they want to build their case, and so it's just like it's a process. It can't all happen at once, and it can't all happen in a day. And unfortunately, also, the Republicans in that committee also want to have their say. Once they're at least 5 minutes, they'll try to get more.
Something else happened this week. Roger Stone, guilty on all counts.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. The guy with the fucking Richard Nixon tattoo on his back.
His
And
hero.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Hey, Julie.
So I have a funny stuff regarding my awful day. Fun fact about the cat. So we've tried to get him to eat since yesterday. So we went all in with ham and tuna, stinky wet food, all the things they want to eat. And he wasn't having any of this. And earlier today, in despair, I was like, okay, I'm going to try the dry food the vet gave me for after. It was a sample of another brand. And I put a little in this plate and he ate the fuck out of it. And I was like, dude, how dare you? There's fucking smoked salmon in his plate that he hasn't touched.
Well, sometimes you just want a cheeseburger.
Yeah, that's super healthy food. That's not a cheeseburger. That's like kale. I don't, maybe not kale. Yeah, kale. I think, super healthy food that isn't bad, but that's not the good stuff you go to. I mean, what cat doesn't want to eat fucking tuna and fucking salmon?
I guess your cat.
Well, he's heard about mercury and microplastics. He's very worried about his health. So,
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. That's what it is.
Yes.
But I was so relieved when I saw him eat the shit. He ate everything I put in one go. I didn't even have to insist 2 hours later because the vet told me if he eats about 1 tablespoon every 2 hours, it's good. And he ate like half of a daily portion. So yeah, now in retrospect, that's very funny that he wouldn't want to eat every stinky stuff that every cat likes. And he ate the diet wet dry food. It's dry food for like kidney care stuff. Yeah. Even though it's not his kidney that are the problem, but
it's still his liver that's the problem.
Yeah, because when she drew the blood, they put it in the machine that turns,
Mm-hmm.
and it separates the
Centrifuge.
plasma.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a clear liquid and the red at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, his liquid wasn't clear; it was yellow, and that's hepatitis. But
Yeah.
it's probably because he's old. Maybe it's cancer, but she would have had to make a biopsy of his liver, and sedating him at his age, especially how dehydrated he was. That wasn't a very good idea. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like humans, when a person has cancer at 80, like my grandma was diagnosed with a pancreatic cancer when she was 87. They don't put you don't take chemo at 80 plus.
No.
It's useless. Well, it's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Well, same shit with Pocket. He's old. He's 17 and a half years old. So
poor kitty.
I'd say the half because that's a long period for a cat his age. So
Sappho and Baby Girl were both about that old when they died. So,
but what's terrifying with those cat illnesses? It's 1 month ago I took him to the vet and he was fine. And now his liver is going to shit. And I don't know. I have to call the vet on Monday morning to how do you say? Talk about how the weekend went. And I'm going to ask her if he's not in pain. I'm going to. I'd rather, he falls asleep and doesn't wake up than putting him to sleep if it isn't in pain.
Yeah.
If he's in pain, because she told me if he doesn't eat, she wants to hospitalize him. It's 3 days not at home. It's going to be terrified. That I don't think I want him to go through something like that. So I don't know. I think it's near the end. I need to deal with it. But I hope he doesn't suffer so he can die peacefully at home from old age and not like his girlfriend at the vet, terrified and.
Sappho got to go to sleep at home. Baby Girl, not so much.
Yeah, but Baby Girl wasn't in a good shape.
No, she was not. She needed help.
Yeah, it's hard losing a pet, especially when they're very old like that and you have lived a long time with them. I mean, when I was a kid, I had a hamster and he died, but I mean, he was 3 years old. That's the lifespan of a hamster, 3-4 years old, and I don't know. You create a bond, but not as much as when you live for more than 15 years with an animal. And imagine those fucking parrots that can live 80 years. Well, at least they survive you, so you don't have to deal with the grief. They do, which is worse.
Yeah.
People don't be selfish. Don't take an animal that is going to outlive you.
Yeah.
They will suffer more than you.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Kind of a sad note to end the thing on, but yeah.
I love parrots, but I will never have one because one, they talk too much. I mean, it's fun, but dude, shut the fuck up.
Are you attacking Jonathan there?
No, I'm attacking my cat, actually. I already think my cat is too talkative, and he's just a cat, even if for a cat he's very talkative. It doesn't compare to a fucking bird. But I like those white cockatiels that dance. They're so fucking awesome when they do the headbang. I love, but they live old, so that's not fair to. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
But those big white cockatoos, yeah, those are the ones that live a long age. But the smaller
They don't
version,
live 80 years. It's the blue parrots that can live 80 years.
the macaws. Yeah, the cockatiels.
No, not the macaws. The blue one, the hyacinths.
No.
I think there are several species of parrot that are very long-lived, but yeah.
Yeah, they all live pretty long lives, but that one, or fucking tortoise, But I don't know if tortoises have the same emotional bonds with humans than birds and mammals.
Yeah, I have no idea. If they do form a bond, they probably do so very slowly.
I've even doubted that birds could form bonds. But
they definitely
I'm not so sure now.
They definitely can.
Yeah, but I don't know. Birds are weird. Half of them are dumb as fuck, and the other half are just too smart for the world. Like, have you seen a fucking crow?
Crow. Yes.
My God, those motherfuckers are smart.
Yeah, those are
crows and corvids in general, ravens and crows and stuff like. They are so fucking smart. And next to that, you have like a turkey, which is probably the dumbest bird on the planet. I mean, if you've never seen a turkey in real life, you are blessed.
I think that's like service. Hold on.
Because they're fucking dumb and mean. I'm okay with chickens being mean, but because they're smart. They just remember they were raptors once. It's not their fault if they have a good memory. Turkeys are just stupid, They will look at you going and trying to eat you while you feed them. That's just dumb.
Well, anyway,
so
there's still the convention I need to go to, and we've been talking.
Yeah, we've been talking for almost 2.5 hours.
Yes, we should. Yes. We should call it a day.
That was a good talk, but
yeah, we had a lot of fun.
We didn't have a lot of people in the chat tonight, but we had the top of the crop, if I may say.
Yep. We had. I think at most we had like 10 viewers, and we still have 5 viewers, including me. So.
And me and John. So we have 2 viewers. We have Nagrega and Zarok, I think.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I count toward the viewers because I'm on the setting up page.
Oh, okay. So you don't count. We have 3 people watching us right now.
Hey, they enjoy listening to us talk and ramble. Even if we just talk and ramble about a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, you rock. The 3 Gaulois.
All
right. So, Jonathan, why don't you start signing us out?
All right. Jamie J was unable to join us, but Jamie J is at slightly on Twitter. And
I thought she wouldn't come anymore because of her union stuff.
No. Well, she's still in the group, so she'll still see the message. Nope, maybe. I don't know. I saw her last night. Anyway.
Anyways.
But Jamie J also has a Ko-fi, so is coffee.com/slightly1 is one spelled out, ONE. Tom McDonald was with us, and he's old, but he was also in pain. But he is Tom McDonald on Facebook and at TSMac on Twitter, which he's barely on there, as he told us.
I love that.
And I am Summer the Geek, not Summer the Vaxxer, but I do say vaccinate your kids, god damn it.
And yourselves.
Yes. Well, I had to find an eggless version of the MMR in order to get vaccinated for that. Maybe that's possible. I have to look into it. But I am Summer and the Geek on YouTube, Summer and the Geek on like Twitter. That's pretty much it for me. You can follow me there, and I'm going to like continue. I'm going to put in Phoenix's PayPal pool into the live chat again, and like Joanna's like latest like baking poll. Please give Joanna money. I already gave Phoenix money, but she can always use more. But please give Joanna money if you can, or show around the bowls. And like that's the end of my pitches.
Okay, Julie.
Okay. So I am Lituana
You're
on
welcome.
Twitter, but like I said, I'm not going there anymore. So, well, I go there just to check my DMs. So if you want to, I don't know, add me on Facebook, send me a DM on Twitter, and I will do that. So, yeah, because my Facebook is my real name. I'm not giving it here. So I have a bunch of pages on Facebook too. I have an arts and craft page called the Crypt Crafter. I am an admin at Anarchist Memes, which is a pretty big page. We have 100,000 followers. And I have another page, which is the silliness page. It's I don't know, something silly to brighten your day. It's called Misandry Animals. And if you really check just one of those page, check that one. I swear it will brighten your day. And I think that's it for me.
Okay.
I think. No, I think. And also, I don't know how to speak.
All right. As for me, in addition to this, I also do a Dungeons and Dragons podcast hosted by my friend Kevin. It's Dungeons and Debacles. We are a group of scrappy, ragtag, brought together by chance sort of people. We are trying to save the world from unjust assholes in power. We are really a wonderful group of people. It's a heck of a lot of fun. Completely different from this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And also, I have finally gone ahead and updated the Patreon thing. We have Patreon here at Social Justice Alchemy to help us pay for the few things that we do here, and then we can use any extra money to help our friends. So what I did was I set up a couple of extra tiers, sort of parallel to the regular ones. So Silent Unicorn, Silent Ponycorn, and Silent Alicorn.
For those who don't want to...
Yeah, for people who don't want to get thanked at the...
okay,
yes.
That's nice.
Yeah, so that way we can know if people who don't want to get a shout-out, people who do want to get a shout-out. That way we don't have to worry about
that's very nice.
outing people who don't want publicity.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but you can find that at
patreon.com. Do we have
patreon.com.
patrons to thank this week?
What's that?
Do we have patrons to
we
thank?
would, but I just set up the thing, and I want to give people time to hop over if that's what they want to do. So.
Well, we'll just thank all of our patrons then instead.
Yes, we'll thank all of our patrons.
You rock, babes.
Yes,
yes.
Well, all three
wonderful.
of them?
4,
well, 2
although
because...
one of them is Jonathan, so.
Yeah, so all 3 of them.
Again, I want to be a corn.
Yes, you're a corny corn. All right. Okay, and with that, I think that exhausts everything I have to say, so I'll just say thank you for stopping by, everyone.
Yeah, fuck off, babes.
Continue to sub to Social Justice Alchemy channel for Struggle Shan's singing and sometimes gaming.
And also, if you aren't able to make this live, in addition to catching it on YouTube, I am also uploading a 1-hour thing on as a podcast, so you can catch it that way as well. So you can have us on your commute.
But you miss a lot of shit.
Yes, but yeah, so you'll miss maybe half or 2/3 of our 2.5-hour chat.
Yes.
All right. Catch you later, babes.
Bye-bye, comrades and potential comrades.